Hey, y'all, watch this.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. I'm live. Yeah. Woohoo. Yeah. All righty. So, hey, I got a joke for you guys. All right. What did one saggy boob say to the other? Hey, if we don't get any support around here, people are going to think we're nuts.
Well done.
Yep, Dominic knows all about that.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So, yeah, Lord, you look frozen.
Yep.
Yep.
Must be
So,
cold in his neck of the woods.
yeah,
Mm.
there you go.
Yeah. Okay. Hi, Mark.
Yeah, so we got some people in the chat. We got a good crowd tonight so far.
Yep.
Yeah, so do. We got 15 watching right now. Cool.
So hit that thumbs up.
Yes, do that. There's only one thumbs up, and that was me. So hit
Yep.
that thumbs up button.
Yep.
So
Hello, Joe.
I went on Jalen, not last weekend, but the weekend before, and
Yeah.
I gained over 100 subscribers. So now I'm at 37, 34, I think, which
Mm.
is cool.
Cool.
There he
Yep.
is.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah,
I
Yep.
can hear you, but your
we
frame
yeah,
rate's a little bit.
My
You're
camera
frozen.
is screwed up. Yeah. But you can hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, we can hear you. Have you
Yep.
turned it on and off again?
All right. Well, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what in the hell's going on. It just went to shit. It took me forever to get started up. And so this is the way I'm going to look tonight. Unless the camera decides to suddenly correct itself. But, anyways, hey, welcome, guys. Art, you do
Forty.
the. Welcome everybody to the chat, okay?
All right, I'll do that. We got Charles Golutsky. We got Jordy, Little Shark, Beauchart, Andrew, and Joe just showed up. That would be U.S. Captain Joe,
Captain Joe.
USA Drone Flyer. And we got Andrew. I think I said Andrew. We got Joey, Jaybird.
Another
And we
Joey.
got Michael, Cool Cat, and Chuck,
Michael.
Perfection.
Chuck.
Mark R. White. We got
Mark.
Mel, 400 AGL.
Yeah.
And I saw Grant, Mr. S, a little earlier. Dominic, Northside Hawk. And who else? I think that. Oh, we got Jody Drone Shots.
Looks like we got Chuck in
Jody.
here, too.
Yeah. So,
All right, guys. Whenever you're away for a while, it takes a while to get used to everything. But
Mm.
for some reason, it just has not worked tonight. I tried everything I could. So you're going to have to see the talking logo that I got here next to Art.
right. Okay.
So
The
that's the
frozen
best
face.
I can do. You know. Is it actually showing my video, or is it just showing this logo of mine?
It's just showing a single image of you.
Yeah.
Oh, of me?
Yeah, frozen image
Yeah.
of you.
Well, I hope I was smiling. So, I intended
No.
to introduce a new character. Okay, well, I probably wasn't. So, I don't know. How do you change the camera?
You hit that little gear thing,
Yeah, I see
and
it.
then you go. It'll say vMix line in or
Right? Yeah. No, I got that. I got the audio. I had it working, but
right. Go to your video settings.
Yep. Well,
Yep,
that ain't gonna
there
work
you
either.
go. Now it just
Is
has
it working?
camera with the line through it. There you go.
Hi, Brian.
All
Yeah.
right. Well,
That's about the best photo.
well,
Yeah, yeah.
let me
We
try
got
something here.
Bryan.
I'm going to see if this. Yeah, it's. I was going to introduce a new character. I don't think that's going to happen tonight.
Nope.
Let's see. Let's do this, and let's go back and change this again. Yeah, see, it's not wanting to pick up anything tonight.
Huh?
Huh?
Is your camera plugged in?
Yeah, because I can see myself through either
Unplug it
vMix
and plug it in
or
again.
Logic Capture. I can see my own image. It's just this. For some reason, Evie Mux is screwing with me tonight.
Ah, Wow, we can't have that.
Yeah, well, this keeps up. I'm going to get rid of EV Mux and go back to StreamYards. I like
Yeah,
EV Mux, but this isn't worth the headache.
right. Hmm.
So,
Or you can go to Wirecast.
Yeah.
oh yeah, right, right,
Who's
yeah,
that?
sure. Let's go to Wirecast. Why the
Yeah,
hell not? But
Mark
save
anyways,
a
Wright.
ton of money on it. There
so
you go.
update on Judy. Let's start with that and what all.
There.
Let's start with what happened to begin with.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, about 4 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, somewhere around the 14th of last month. So what's that? Probably 3 weeks ago. She started having real difficulty in breathing. I mean, it was getting bad. We had gone up on a Wednesday, so like I said, around the 14th, we went to see the
Again.
doctor, and her pulse ox was at it was below 90. It was like at about 85, which is
Ooh, wow.
extremely low.
Yeah, that is.
And her blood pressure was, I think it was like 90 over 50, which is
Ooh,
low.
that's that
And
is
her
low.
heart rate was running at about 140.
Wow.
Mm.
So we were at the doctor's office, and the PA that saw her was saying, I'm tempted to send you next door to the ER, but let's see if we can get her stats up. So they got them back up, and they said, and she says, I'm going to write you out a letter. If any one of these three things happen, get her to the ER. Well, the next day she couldn't breathe. I tried everything. I was trying to, she'd been progressively, her breathing had been getting worse and worse, and she was getting to,
Wow.
she was just grabbing for air. And so I sent her. So I took her. I ended up calling an ambulance because I knew I couldn't get her there as bad as it was. So they came out. They transported her. They got her to the hospital. I'd actually checked her pulse ox. It was 75
Ooh,
when
that
I
is
called the ambulance.
really low.
Yeah, her
Yeah.
blood pressure was 60 over 40,
Ooh,
Wow.
and her heart
wow.
rate was 175, jumping between 175 and 210. So
Wow.
obviously she was going into a cascading crash. I knew that.
Right.
So I called the ambulance. They came out. They got her. They got her stabilized in the uh, but they kept her, and and that was the first time she went in.
Mm.
So anyways, she wanted to come out. That was on Thursday. She wanted to get out on Friday. And we were getting her dressed, and all of a sudden she just couldn't breathe again. So they said, nope, she ain't going home. So got her out that Sunday, as we had a big snowstorm. I had to drive home in the snowstorm, and she was on steroids and antibiotics, and she just continually did not get better. And it seemed like she started getting, worse and worse. And so we managed to make it about a week and a half, and I finally, on the Friday, well, it was a week ago. 2 weeks ago, this last Friday, I think.
Right.
We got. I call. I got her dressed, got her cleaned up, was ready to go, and my blood sugar dropped, and I had to eat. I had to get some sugar pumped into my system before I could even function. So, because I hadn't been paying attention, I hadn't been eating anything, because I've been busy taking care of her,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
and was forgetting to eat myself. So I ended up calling the ambulance, and they came out, and she was. They came out. They got her. They said, "Yeah, she needs to go." We got her. Got her. They were working on her in the ambulance. I sat there and called the boys and told them what was going on, and got her up to the ER. And then I sat out there and I waited and I waited and I waited. And it was over an hour before I finally kept just saying, I need to see what the hell's going on. So I get back there and they tell me that she was a sick gal when she got in there, and they wouldn't tell me what all was going on. Finally, about 2 o'clock Friday night or Saturday morning, a doctor came in and he says, well, we're going to admit her. We're going to send her up to ICU. I said, have you got any questions? I said, yeah, what the hell is going on? Well, she had double pneumonia.
Oof.
She had fluid building up on the outside of the lungs inside the pleuritic sac.
Right.
Okay, so she had gone AFib,
Yeah.
and that's kind of where we went from there. And they just started doctoring her, and she was in ICU for 2 days.
Right.
And then we got her out one day, and then brought her home on that Monday, late Monday. And anyways, then I started. Then her regular primary care called, and they were wanting to know how she was doing. We were discussing, so the gal started going over the notes, and what it turned out was the AFib was created by she was having a cascading crash. It started out with she started out with acute pulmonary failure, followed by acute cardiac failure. Which is, and then septic shock,
Wow.
and that's what kicked off the AFib. So when we got her out this time, she is doing so much better. Actually, her ability to talk and communicate is better than it has been for months and months. She's been getting worse and worse, where she couldn't get any of the words right, but her thinking's a lot clearer. This has probably been coming on. We just didn't see it. But
Right.
she all this was superseded. All this was in tandem with the double pneumonia. The pneumonia is probably what created the pulmonary or the respiratory failure,
Mm-hmm.
which in essence kicked in the cardiac and then the septic shock. So
Mm.
her organs were shutting down. Had I waited another hour to call the ambulance, she probably wouldn't have made it that night. So
Yeah.
Mm.
Wow.
there was a lot of prayers answered by you guys, and I really appreciate all the kind thoughts and
Mm-hmm.
prayers. Judy's doing much better now.
Good.
She now has home health care. I said, and the home health care nurse came out yesterday and said, or Friday, I mean, because yesterday was Sunday. Yeah, Friday. Says, what are you hoping to get out of this? And I said, well, I'd like you to come by once a week just to make sure that my doctoring is not killing her, because obviously everything I thought I was doing wasn't working. So I need more professional hands. So, and they're also going to start her on speech therapy as well as physical therapy. And
Right.
but she's a lot better off. It was very close to losing her, but we made it. And
Wow.
I'm just damn glad to still have her around, annoying the hell out of me now.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so that's the whole story and that's why last Monday I didn't come on, because we didn't get home until late, and I was too tired from sitting up there at the hospital all that time.
Right.
And but anyways, yeah, heart condition causes irregular and often abnormal fast heart rate. Well, yeah, and that's the thing. She's never had AFib before. They think the AFib was triggered by the combination of things, and that's what triggered the AFib. Because they didn't have to give her medication for it, it actually corrected itself. But they put her on what they ended up putting her on was a BiPAP machine, a type of CPAP machine, where it forced, it was either that or intubator, and they were trying to keep from intubating her because she already had double pneumonia. They knew, so they were trying to keep her going as best they could, and so they used this
Yeah.
humongous mask and machine that they had on her that was just really forcing her. Funny stories. They didn't ask her right off the bat, did she wear dentures? So they slapped the mask on her. It covers it. I'm holding my hand up like you guys could actually see, but it covers her nose and her mouth, and it's a vacuum seal, and it's blowing air. Well, at first it was okay, but then she started fighting it because she wasn't aware of what was going on. And so finally they said, "You have dentures in?" And I said, "Yeah, but she wears them all the time." Well, what ended up happening is the tops don't fit as well as the bottoms. So the tops were floating around, and every time the air went up, and it's floating up and down. Well, so they finally said, "Well, we're going to take him out." So she's aware enough now of what's going on. She pulls her uppers, but she can't get her lowers out because of the way the air blowing in and taking out, it actually caused her lowers to suck down so tight. I had to pry them out.
Oh,
Holy
man.
crap!
Yeah,
Yeah.
get the screwdriver
Yeah,
up.
it's like I had to get my thumb up underneath the edge and get, like, man, I didn't think they
Yeah.
were ever going to come out. But yeah, but she's doing better. She's doing a lot better than
Oh,
she has
good.
been, and that's why I'm doing the show tonight, just because she did get out of the hospital. In between times, she had her 75th birthday, which was on the 20th of January. So she was, you know, she was in the hospital just before and just after her birthday.
Mhm.
So, but anyway, she is doing a lot better, and that's all that counts. I finished up my dummy, but I can't show him to you because my camera
Yeah, your cameras.
is being. But I finished making. I finally finished yesterday. I finished getting him set up and cloaked. Oh, excuse me. And he's an old man, and some of you guys might have seen him on. I think I was on Justin's a week or so ago, a couple weeks ago, and showed his finished head. But he's all together now. He's all completed and ready to go. So,
Good,
and
good.
he's between 38 and 40 inches tall.
Wow. Yeah, wow, that's almost as tall as me.
Yeah, well, he doesn't have as big a head as Justin, but then we all know Justin has a big head, so right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, but yeah, thanks guys for coming in. Like I said, thanks for all the support. So, what exciting things have been happening to you in the last couple of weeks? Any of you guys?
Well, I watched the Super Bowl yesterday at
Same
Rick's
here.
house. Rick's doing a lot better, and he's starting to get movement on his right side, so he's
Okay.
progressing along and, well, a slow pace because of West Nile. It takes quite a while to fully recover from that.
I thought I had heard that the Super Bowl was canceled and they were substituting the Taylor Swift show for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seemed to be that way. They showed her 13 times.
What I want to know is, how do you know that? Did you count them yourself, or did
Yeah,
they?
because we counted them because we were having a bet. I said it was going to be over. I said it was going to be over 7.5 times because that was the spread, and other people say no, it'll be under 7. So I said it'd be over 7.5, which is 8 and above. So I got the sweep right because we're sitting there counting them. I was on Paul Murray's stream where we were doing
Yeah.
a Super Bowl.
I could have cared less whether they showed her 100 times or not at all, because not any of my. I didn't even watch
We had
it.
to know.
I didn't even watch it.
Well, you missed something very interesting. There was a political ad during the Super Bowl, and it was RFK Jr.
I
Oh,
did
okay.
hear that he apologized to all of his family because he had not authorized that.
Oh,
Mm.
But
wow.
under the rules of the PACs cannot ask for the input or notify them of what they're doing. They're not allowed to they're not allowed to have the candidates be part of it, so they could put in whatever they want.
Ah,
Had he known, he would not have had his face substituted for, or have him substituted for John F. Kennedy,
okay.
which insulted some of his more his liberal leaning family.
Right.
Hmm.
So they were a little ticked off about
I
that.
did not know that, but
Yeah.
I didn't watch or listen to some of the conservative talk radio here in Denver that probably would have mentioned. But
I did hear something else too. Apparently, what do they call it? What is it when the price of living goes up?
Inflation.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Apparently, our beloved president has come up with a new term called shrinkflation.
Yeah.
oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
He started ripping off. He's pissed because his ice cream cartons are smaller and he's still paying more money for
Yeah.
them. He
Well, actually,
specifically
it's paying the same amount.
listed. Yeah, He did a video while the Super Bowl was on, griping about the snacks or snack packages are getting smaller and price
Yeah.
keeps going up, and his ice cream is, and he said he listed ice cream too. His ice cream is not a true half gallon anymore, and he's still paying more money than when he says it's shrinkflation, and they're not going to get by with it. So
Oh, what are they gonna do? Just well, you gotta. If it's a half gallon, it's gotta be a half gallon. Yeah.
well,
Okay. We'll do that, but we'll double the price.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's it was just, and that's what he did for the Super Bowl.
Oh boy.
Instead of
Mm.
doing the Super Bowl interview, he did a lot. He did a video for
Oh.
griping about the shrinkage in the size of snacks.
Oh.
You know,
Wow.
whatever. You know, whatever.
That's been going on for years.
Oh hell yeah! I mean, they've been
Yeah.
doing
Yeah.
that for the last
The
50
the
years.
old
at
term
least.
was initially called sizeflation.
Sizeflation. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Well,
But
with him, size matters, so he couldn't remember the name size. So,
right.
anyways,
Mm.
but yeah, it was silly. It was like whatever. You know.
Right. Mm-hmm. And there was a Jesus commercial that came on, at least twice while I was watching the game, and that's where Jesus was washing the feet of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard people talking about that.
And what else? Oh, I like the one where Jennifer Aniston didn't recognize David Schwimmer.
Mm.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, Matt Perry couldn't do it because he's a non-Schwimmer.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Over
He's
there.
well, being from that era, having the last name of Perry is not a good name to have
Mm-hmm.
because there's was Matthew Perry and what was the other one? Luke.
Luke
Yeah.
Oh
Perry.
yeah.
Yeah, they're both dead.
Yep.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Both from that same more or less era.
Yeah. Well,
Luke
how
Perry,
about
I think, was
Arthur Perry?
I was just going to say that would make Katy Perry worried then.
yeah, yeah. That would I would be concerned if my last name was Perry. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, on another note, I talked to my son Paco, which is he's the he
Mm-hmm.
does the Apollo's Grace
Apollo.
and does
Yeah, Apollo's.
almost said Apollo Creed, which we'll talk about that in a minute too.
Well,
Yeah.
he passed away in the last couple of weeks too. Carl Weathers.
Yes. Well,
Mhm.
anyways, as I was going to, and that I was getting ready to say that too, that he'd passed away this last week. But
Right.
I talked to Paco, and he sent me a picture, and I have my 12th great grandchild.
Oh, wonderful! Congratulations.
Yeah, so
Awesome.
it's his first grandchild. So I spent 30 minutes giving him crap about being old. So, but yeah, it's his first grandchild, so he was excited, and funny thing is, he sent a picture of me and his son and the baby, and I look at all three of them, and like he took after my mother's side of the family, which I took after, because we all look, our eyes are very similar. You're just looking at you,
Oh,
and
brown. Okay.
they're brown, full of shit. Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so yeah, and we lost a real patriot too, Toby Keith.
Yep,
Another
that's
one,
right.
yeah.
And it
Mhm.
was a shame that they
Alright.
didn't make mention of that during the Super Bowl.
Right.
It wouldn't.
They talked about Apollo Creed,
Carl
Carl
Weathers.
Carl
Carl
Weathers.
Weathers, but they
Yeah.
didn't talk about Toby Keith.
They wouldn't want.
And
They didn't want it to spoil their
the
the
thing
wokeness
is,
that's there.
the thing is Toby Keith just did a 2-part interview on our Channel 6 CBS News here locally or in Tulsa. He just did it It came out 2 days before he died.
Wow.
Yeah, they did the. I think the second part came out 2 days. First part was 3 days, and then 2 days prospectively, or whatever that word is. My mind, I'm tired. Judy's got me. She, one of the side effects of these damn steroids that she's taking, is I fix her something to eat, and she's ready, and she can't eat it all because she's full. But then she turns around 5 minutes later and she's hungry again. But she doesn't want
Oh.
to finish eating what she had. She wants something new. So I've run around. I am full because I went and got me a full breakfast this evening for what I thought was going to be dinner, and got her biscuits and gravy, which is what she wanted. And she didn't eat it all, but then I was sitting there relaxing. She says, "So I want taco salad. We got the stuff?" I said, "No, I got to go." So I had to go to the store and and then come in and cook it. So it's like, damn woman, you're killing me here. But that, and I'm probably going to gain 20 pounds till she gets off the steroids,
Dude.
which today and tomorrow are her last. She's got one more to take today, and then two tomorrow, and she's through.
Okay, good.
Or maybe it's just one tonight, one today, and one tomorrow, and she's through. I'll have to look, but they give you this whole shitload of pills that got to give them. You got to remember, okay, it's
Yep.
it's like they tell you. The thing is, when she left the hospital, they gave us things to start this today, start this tomorrow. So
Right.
so it was good, but she had fantastic care up there.
Good.
Had three really good doctors. Although the first one that I met in the ER, he's the guy you picture whenever the guy from Kenya says he's got money for you, he wants to put in your bank account.
Mm-hmm.
That's who this doctor
Like
reminds
this.
me of. Is that guy, that kind of guy?
Hmm.
Yeah, just saying. But the other two, they were all great. All the
Oh, good.
nursing staff took care of her, and
Mhm.
she just had wonderful care up there. So
We got Chris Hope in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
And we got Ronnie, God Bless America, and Mike, Tex Arc Drone Guy. And we got Steve Carpenter in the chat.
oh yeah, yeah, and the thing is Toby's an Okie, so that just makes it, just that our flag's
Right.
at half staff here in Oklahoma right now.
Mhm.
But
Yep. Lloyd's invisible because his camera's not working, Ronnie.
yeah,
Yeah.
I apologize. I was lucky I got my
Yeah.
audio to working, but I can't.
Yeah.
For some reason, it's just not working today. So
Yeah. So
hold
there's
on.
another Planet of the Apes movie coming out.
Yes, I
I
saw
I
that.
I
That
saw
that
that.
looks pretty good. I'd see that. Then there's another Wizard of Oz movie by Disney, and I'm like going, no, too
Oh
woke
shit.
for me. Not gonna watch that one.
Oh shit,
Did
I
you?
can see what's going to happen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like the Wicked Witch of the West getting it on with Dorothy. I'm like, oh
Yeah,
god.
but I'd be thinking that the Wicked Witch of the West is probably going to be played by Lizzo or someone like that.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
And
Did any?
you remember Jeff Goldblum? He plays
Yep.
Brad Bellflower. Now he's in another commercial called Homes.com.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wonderful.
So they had a few of those, and Timu had a lot of commercials on
Really?
there. So, and what else? Oh, and then there was some candy commercials. I didn't get this. I mean, there's this character. It looks like a gigantic gummy, and he's got. Oh, I know it was a play on. Oh God, what is the name of that Jennifer Beals movie where she's
Splash Dance? The
Splash
Flash
Dance?
Dance.
Yeah.
Flash
Flash
Dance.
Dance. Yeah.
Yeah, where he he sprinkled all of these, I guess they're nerds on them.
No, I
Yeah.
think they're troll. Are they nerds or are they the trolley gummies?
I have no idea because they
Yeah.
had the sound down because, they had his family there. So we just wanted to watch the game.
Right.
So I couldn't hear what the dialogue was. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm like, oh, that was weird. And Budweiser brought back the Clydesdales
I did hear
for
that.
Okay.
Bud Light. Yeah. So they're trying to revive that brand. So, yep, we fucked up. We screwed up last year. Yep.
That's
No more
okay.
Dana Mulvaney or Delaney, whatever the
Hey, boy,
shit
yeah.
his name is. Yeah.
Yeah, Ronnie, Judy is doing much, much better. We were very, very close to losing her, and but she's done a real amazing turnaround. She's just, the boys come over. James and Pat have both come over, and they're just blown away about how well she's able to communicate now. They can understand her again. Her thinking is, she still gets hung up on certain words, but given enough time, she usually figures it out. So, and that's why they're going to bring in the speech therapist for home health care.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
No,
Yeah.
no children were. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Unusual.
Mhm.
yeah.
No, he was sniffing glue instead.
That might wake up a few of his gray cells.
Yeah, I could. Yeah.
Well,
Mhm.
I wish we'd. I got a lot I want to talk about on the three conservative games next week because
All right.
I see a lot of what's going on right now. It's something I've suspected they were going to do for a long time. Normally we don't do politics, but I just see that I figured they were going to do my conspiracy side of my head says they were going to do a last minute switch at the convention, and I suspect that's what's going to happen.
Ah,
And I suspect they leaked, the report. They put that out there, or he put in his report just to facilitate that. You know, I mean, hell, we all know that he's, he's a couple snow cones shy of a full box of snow cones, anyways. But
Yeah. A couple of kangaroos short in the paddock.
yeah, yeah,
right.
exactly. But he's an elderly old man. They admit it.
Hmm.
But I think it's going to create some problems for our side.
Right.
I think it's going to create some real problems for us because
Mm.
we just don't have, you know. Uh, anyways, we'll talk about that on your show on
All right.
Sunday.
You got that. Yep.
Because that's a lot of what I see, and I've suspected they were going to do this, and that's why I've been for a year been talking about who we should have as our nominee. But as usual, the press has picked him for us.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I'm against him. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I still support him, but he's I think considering what may be coming is probably going to be a hard sell for us.
Right.
But
Hmm.
it is what it is, and we
Yep.
move on. So,
Hmm.
but anyways, yeah. So we've had some interesting political news this week.
Right.
We've lost two. If you guys have not seen Beer for My Horses, you got to find it. You got to watch it. It's got Rodney Carrington in it, and it's funny as hell.
Uh,
But that's the one and only movie that Toby Keith did,
okay.
and it was filmed down in the southeastern corner of Oklahoma, which is the meth capital of the world,
Oh, okay.
or it was,
Yeah.
and that's probably the fentanyl capital. That happens to be the area they call Little Dixie because most of the people down there were Democrats. And that was the only Democrat representative we had in the state for years. And finally and they finally voted in a Republican, and that Republican voted to impeach Donald Trump,
Oh
and
yeah.
that Republican was voted out in the next election.
Right.
They were
Yep.
primaried, so
Yep.
and they were told you're gone.
Oh, speaking of people leaving, remember we just had a thing where we're trying to impeach Mayorkas.
Right.
Well, Colorado uh, Congressman Ken Buck voted against impeachment.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So did
Yep.
one of our. So I think one of our. No, ours is. Ours is the one that's supporting this new. They're supporting the new border security. The border security bill that they're trying to get passed that nobody
Right.
knows about. Yeah. Yeah. I think his time in office is very short lived.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean I've missed being on here. I miss talking to you guys. I wish my damn camera was working.
Yeah.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but it is, whatever. I don't know
Yep.
what's going on. I don't know why it's creating. I'm going to try something real quick and see what happens
Yep.
if I do that.
All right.
No, it
So
ain't.
we got Okie Tom in the chat.
Okay, Tom, hello.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, I can't believe it either, Tom. Yeah, exactly.
Langford.
I was, yeah, Langford. Yeah, it was. I heard about that and I'm going, oh my God, are you kidding me? But, anyways.
Mm-hmm. So I didn't get to bed until 9:30 last night. So I'm
Yeah.
pretty tired as well. If you could buy what?
If you could buy these
Oh,
politicians for what they're worth and sell
right.
them for what they think they're worth, you could get rich quick.
Right. There you go. Yep.
Well, ain't that the truth?
Yep.
So, but, and I think it's that way with all politicians. I mean, I don't care. It seems like all of them are gotten that way now.
Yep.
I can't, I really can't name a politician that I really like 100%.
Right.
Some of them, I like most of what they have to say, but there's a part, where they start, it's like once they get to Washington, they start changing.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, Valentine's Day is
Day
Ash.
is also Ash Wednesday.
Yeah,
Yes,
Valentine's
don't
Day
forget.
is Ash Wednesday.
I
Yeah.
forgot. I hadn't even paid attention. Does that mean are we having an early Easter or a late Easter? I can't remember.
It's March 31st is Easter.
Oh.
Okay, that's kind of early.
I'll look it up.
It's in March instead of April because sometimes it's like the middle of April.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can be late April.
Yeah, yeah. Just depends on where Ash Wednesday falls and where that Friday day.
It's all about the full moon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
First full moon after the first week, first Sunday after the first full moon after the 21st of March.
Okay.
So you have an early. Yep.
Am I getting flyers for Judy for Valentine's Day? That's a possibility. It's a good possibility.
Okay.
I usually buy her something that she wants, or but right now she doesn't really want anything or need anything. Well, for her birthday, I got her a set of. She wanted a set of headsets to, basically, so she could shut out the TV when she was when she goes to sleep at night. She wanted noise canceling types where she could, and so I got her a nice set of Beats not over the ear, but over the head headsets, not earbuds.
Right.
See, I use Beats earbuds and I love them.
Right.
And so I thought, well, if I'm going to buy her some headsets, I'm going to buy her some of those because she doesn't need the microphone. She just needed the
Right.
the headsets for sound. And She can
Correct.
plug it into her phone, or it's actually wireless. That's the thing.
Ah, good.
All she's got to do is turn on her phone and play some music, and away she goes.
Mm-hmm.
And but yeah, they're wireless headsets, and they're nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But
Lloyd, you're going to be getting a package this week.
oh,
Yes,
Yep.
care of
Just
Cool
make sure
Cat
it's not
and
ticking.
Mudball.
Yep. That was a
is
very
it by
interesting.
chance coming by FedEx?
I believe so.
Okay, well, I got a notice on my phone today that a package was arriving on FedEx, but because I have FedEx alerts, and whenever anything, I'm sitting here trying to think, what the hell did I order? And I was scared to click on the link because sometimes you'll get those on the phone and they'll be
Oh
taking you
yeah, they're
to the
fishing.
Punjab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Nope. It's a package that I think you'll like, and you could share with Judy.
Okay. I can't wait to see what it is.
Okay.
But yeah. So, well, okay. I'm looking now. I'm going to look forward to that. So that's cool. So whatever it
Cool.
is,
Yep.
I'm easy to
Yep.
please. But
Whatever it is.
whatever it is, yeah, yeah. So, as a matter of fact, that was the one thing I was going to do, and I forgot to do it because I got to running behind. Uh, is that sign that I got that I ended up winning? You know, everything's giggles and shits until somebody shits and giggles. I
Yeah.
was going to hang that from my microphone. I'm pointing at my microphone, guys. In case you're wondering, I am pointing at it.
Yeah.
I was going to hang it from my mic, you know, which I still will. I just haven't got it in here yet. It's sitting in there on my side of the bed because I had to show it to Judy when I got it, and she just looks at me and says, "That's not funny." Because one of the side effects of antibiotics is that situation. You
Oh,
know, because it'll antibiotics can clean out your pipes, especially when you're on too
Mm,
strong ones. You know, they'll clean your
right.
pipes out. Yeah, and oh my God, but yeah. So, and I was just looking at her. She's already sounds asleep. You know what I have been watching? The other night she woke up and she wanted to watch a western movie, so I put on one, and it was on, I think, Tubi TV, which
Yeah.
is one of the
right.
streaming things.
Tubi. Yeah, I've
Well,
got
the
Tubi.
next one to kick in was how the West was won, and I'm thinking, but I noticed it showed a picture of James Arness, so I didn't think anything about it. I thought, well, I don't remember him being in, but I thought it was earlier than that, which it was. The original how the West was won was in like 1965, between 62 and 65, somewhere in that era. And
Mhm.
it had Jimmy Stewart.
Jimmy
Yeah, had
Stewart.
Jimmy Stewart in there. So I got to
Oh,
get right. I got to
oh,
get right back to
right.
speechifying, or I'm going to stumble again. So
The stutter.
shut up, Art. Don't. I shouldn't have done that. Anyways, but this one had James Arnett. I thought, okay, it's a mini series. I think we were watching. It was either the Sackets or the that other one that they did, and then
Oh,
it went into how the West. I did not know it, but the season after James Arness ended his run on Gunsmoke, he started up another series called How the West Was Won,
oh,
and it's about the McCanahan family, and he basically is playing the Jimmy Stewart part. He's the mountain man
ah,
and stuff like that. And it turns out I thought it was going to be a mini series. It turned out it was a 3-season series. So
wow.
we've been streaming that, and it's been pretty good. It's got Bruce Boxleitner when he
Okay.
was young, you know. Uh, I saw there was a youngish looking William Shatner, and
Look,
when William Shatner played back in the '60s when he played Captain Kirk, he
hmm,
didn't overemphasize
no,
everything.
that was not how
Yeah,
he.
exactly.
Oh,
Right.
no.
But by the 70s, that's the way he talked because he was on this damn show and it was like he was trying, like, what the fuck? Just talk like you do as Captain Kurt and we'll all be happier. It was like annoying as hell. It had Gerald McRamey in it. I mean, it had all the television stars. I mean, 3 seasons. It was like, well, it was like Star Trek. Anybody that wanted to, everybody wanted to make a guest appearance on Star Trek. Well, it looks like the whole CBS lineup wanted to be on this one.
Right.
So
we've got Glenn Thunderbird 6.
Glenn.
Hey, T-Bird. Welcome, Glenn. So,
did you know that William Shatner also did an episode of 12 O'Clock High?
Oh, really?
Yes.
Doesn't surprise me. Well, he did an episode of Gunsmoke too.
Right.
And that's why when I saw him on there, I thought, well, that makes sense. He actually started out in westerns.
Right.
The shot was all over the place.
Yeah. Poor Lucy thought when they was talking about this Star Trek, she thought it was about, the travels of people from Hollywood because it was filmed by Desilu Studios, and she honestly thought. Yeah. And then she shows up and like, what is this? Yes, Don.
Yeah, that's
point.
Flowers and set them on fire.
I like that.
Yeah, that's an idea. I might try that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll just get in the fireplace and get some ashes, bring them Judy, say, here's your flowers that they've already burned up for Ash Wednesday. Yeah, that'll get me someplace real fast. But William Shatner did Airplane 2. He was great in that. His self-deprecating humor showed his.
He was also in Twilight Zone.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I have seen that. I just saw that here a while back. I think it was on My TV or something.
Yeah, Me TV.
Me TV, something like that. Yeah. Hold on a second.
And we got Gene, Green Mountain Droning.
Oh, I had to. My nose was itching. And I had to sneeze. And so. Oh, I hate when I have to sneeze.
Oh yeah, that would be T.J. Hooker. Mark.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
And what was the other series they did that was around that time? That would be the Barbary Pirates.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. I forgot all about that.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, this one had the series. It had Lloyd Bridges in there. It had George Peppard was a guest on there. I mean,
they have Todd
we grew.
Bridges.
Who?
Todd Bridges.
No, it didn't have Todd.
Oh, that's
Bridges.
his grandson. Nobody wants to talk about.
Oh. Okay. Is he one of those?
What you talking about, Willis?
I was just about to
Todd
say
Bridges.
that. I was just about to say.
Okay.
What you talking about?
All right. Thank you, Art. That went over my head. Yeah, it went over my head for just about the time you started to say that, it clicked in like, okay, all right, whatever.
That's why I don't have alcohol on my table here, so I can be a little quick with it like that.
Yeah. Well, I've got coffee in my mug here, but
yeah. Well, it ain't working for you.
Yeah, no, it's hot tea. It's not coffee. Shatner played Ranger Bob on the Canadian version of Howdy Doody in the late. Really? Wow.
Oh, wow.
I did not know that. I forget that he's Canadian.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah. Here's something. I just found out while watching this show, because one of the characters on there, of course, the idea is they're trying to get to Oregon, and they start out like in Texas, and they move their way up, and they finally get They go through Colorado and they settled there for a while, and then they finally pulled up stakes and made it to Wyoming. I don't know if they ever get to friggin' Oregon because they keep selling their ranches and moving up to a new place and building bigger.
Sounds like Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, it is in a way. But one of the actors on there who played a Native American was Iron Eyes Cody.
Oh, okay.
Remember the commercial with the canoe and they showed
Right.
the trash in the river and a tear?
Yep.
Did you know that he ain't got an ounce of Indian in him? He's an Italian. Nobody knew it for years.
Wow.
He married a Native American. He
Uh-huh.
adopted 2 Native American kids, but his name was Dominus Contini or something. His parents were first generation immigrants from Italy, both of them. I mean, as far back as the first Roman Pope, you know. Not a bit of Native American.
Wow.
And he actually received an award from Indigenous Americans. He received an award for all the work he went into, making their plight and their supporting all of that stuff. But they listed him as a non-Indian actor. But I did not know that Iron Eyes Cody was. I just assumed he was because that's all he ever. But he changed his name he changed it to Coteas or something like that, and then to Coty, and then changed it to Cody, and that's when he became one of the greatest Native American actors. Sort of like that other Canadian Native American that turns out doesn't have a bit of Native American in her.
Oh, Michael J. Fox?
No, there's a gal that she's a musician. It's a big thing
Shania Twain?
No. No, there is a supposed Native American singer from Canada, and she's won awards, and basically she's used that to her advantage. Of course, up there they're not Native American; they're First Nation.
Oh, Elizabeth Warren.
No, that's in Oklahoma. That's from the United States. No, this is
We call them First Nations people over here.
First
too.
Nation, yeah, First Nations is what they're called in Canada too.
Same
And
here.
she swears that she was, taken away from the reservation as a baby and was adopted by white parents in Wisconsin. And the problem is there's no proof to that, and every bit of proof that shows she was born, what hospital, what time of day, who her parents are. It's her family's come out, and she's really played the whole thing up, and she makes what Elizabeth Warren do look like child's play.
Oh, speaking of genealogy, you know who Sunny Hostin is?
Right. Yes.
Well, it turns out she's got white blood.
Uh-huh. They were
That
slave
person
holders.
was a slave trader.
Yep. Well, the little guy that plays in Willow.
Oh, yes. Yeah, he also played an Ewok.
Yes,
Yep.
he played one of the Ewoks. Yeah.
He played Wicket.
Yeah.
Wicket. That's right.
Warwick Davis.
Warwick
Yes,
Davis.
that's right.
Yes. Well, it turns out he found out he thought he was the only entertainer in his family. Turned out that wasn't the case. He had a great-great-grandfather that was an entertainer in a minstrel show in England and put on blackface and everything.
Oh,
Today's times is embarrassing.
wow. Well, now he's qualified to be Prime Minister of Canada.
There you go. Yeah.
He did that. Yeah.
But yeah, that thing. There's that show where do you know who you are, and they've got all the episodes on YouTube now. So.
Oh, and LeVar Burton found out he's got some white blood in him.
Yeah.
Yes, I saw that too. Yeah. So, hey, we got a good show about drones coming up, and I need to get off here to go take care of Judy. So, I'm going to call at a show tonight, guys.
Okay.
And I want to thank you all for being here. By next week, I will have the friggin' camera working. If I have to
Well,
throw this
better
damn
be
machine up
by
against,
Sunday.
well, I'll have it by Sunday.
Yeah, good.
I got all week. Well, that's next week. Sunday is actually the beginning of the week, so next week, yeah. So, anyways, guys, I want to thank everybody who showed up tonight. Don't forget, Drone Nation is now starting here in about 2 minutes. So,
Right.
Thanks to everybody who sent me support, love, prayers, kindness, good thoughts, all of that stuff, because I really think I wouldn't have had Judy if it hadn't been for that. You know, I'm a firm believer in that. And because if I had waited another hour to take her, I would have probably lost her. And because she went into a full cascading crash. Her body parts were shutting down. So we were lucky. We were very lucky, and it turned around so fast. So
Good.
with that said and done, guys, you know, be kind, treat each other better, and treat yourselves. And remember, everybody matters. Well, they should matter if they don't. So with that said, have a good week, folks. Y'all take care.
Good night, y'all.
Good night, folks.